Mogomotsi, who is going to be sharing her story with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Aisha, and shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah for having me today, Sister Maryam.
Alhamdulillah. Sister Aisha, you were quite young when you embraced Islam. Now, tell us about your journey. How and when did you start? Who inspired you, etc.?
My journey to Islam basically started, I was way too young. I was 8, turning 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This was in 1998 towards, the starting of 1999. My sister was 8 months, actually 9 months old. So I officially started madrasa the following year afterwards, where I studied maktab level, where my mother got married to a man from Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how afterwards we joined after her. And then the family from El Dorado Park, because it has been a primary school in El Dorado Park, Cavendish Primary School. So the family that was living close by was the Miles family. They took me in, and then they gave me the name Najah, which now is the name Aisha.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how I started maktab from there. And then afterwards they started a Darul Ulum. And then notice I was one of the first students to be under the care where we started Darul Ulum with them.
Mm-hmm. Right, and what were some of the challenges you faced? I mean, obviously, being an 8-year-old who embraced Islam, it's something new for you. It's something different, but you went with it because, Alhamdulillah, your mom was a Muslim too, so it
Mm-hmm.
was in the family. So, were there any other challenges that you faced in your journey?
There wasn't any challenges, not that much, although half of my family is not Muslim. The only people that accept Islam was just me, my mother, and my sister, and my younger brother. So there wasn't much challenges. Alhamdulillah, coming from the community of Soweto,
Mm-hmm.
it's not where the people are judgmental or nor was my family being negative about us. Although at times we did try to talk to my uncle, my late uncle who passed away, that we should join Islam with us, but going around in circles. But I just hope he accepts Islam, though he didn't make it. But so far there wasn't any challenges. Alhamdulillah, Allah made it easy for us, that we didn't face any negativity from the community or family whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Alhamdulillah. And now, do uh, we as we were talking, you mentioned of some of the difficult times that you've had to go through, things that you experienced. I mean, you mentioned that you were in a polygamous marriage. Would you like to share that?
Mm-hmm. 4 years afterwards, I then that was 13. I got married afterwards, and many people was like, "Did your mother expect you were so young, and what were you thinking, and what?"
Mm-hmm.
I usually tell people that it wasn't something that I was forced into, or nor did my mother give me away because then she couldn't, or as rumors was that her mother gave her away because she couldn't afford to look after her, and her being a single mother, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Allah's qadr, it was in
Yeah.
Allah's hand, Allah's decision for me to be there. Otherwise, I do not have a proper straight answer as to why, because I believe that, or we being told that if something is meant to happen to you, it will happen. And if it's not meant for you, no matter what happens, it's not going to come close to you. So I believe Allah the reason or His reasons why I should be married
Mm-hmm.
at a quick early age and to be in a polygamous one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Although there were challenges because I didn't know I was getting married because I was so young back then. But the first years of my marriage, I went to Darul Uloom where I did some few years in Iftahul Ulum in El Dorado Park. And then afterwards, I got married first year or first few months of my marriage. Then I went to Azadville in MTB, and I studied there for some years. And then when I got pregnant with my first son, and then I had to drop out because then I had to look after him, etc. So it was a challenge. So I wished I continued, but having less challenges and difficulties, I want to look after him, and that's so. I had to, but alhamdulillah, with that little bit knowledge that I gained, I used it, and I said, it's no use, just sit there and have a little bit can help someone out there. So that's when afterwards in 2018, I was looking for a teaching post, so my mother helped me out. So I was supposed to take a teaching post in Yamini Masjid, which I did not take because I was basically the only female that was there.
Yeah.
And then it felt uncomfortable. So I said, no, I'll be the only female there. And then there's the boys and the only half is there. So I said, let me just give it a try in Batum's Masjid. So that's when I took up my first 2 months, and alhamdulillah, I've been teaching there ever since.
Alhamdulillah. Now, if there was anything that you could change, I mean, looking back at your situation, especially in your polygamous marriage, and how you were dealt with, and how the situation was dealt with, and how you were treated, if there's anything that you could change or do differently, what would you have done?
The things that I would have changed is me going back to school and finishing my education, because I dropped out of school. Because my mother said, are you sure you really want to? Because you know what you're putting yourself into. I said, no, I want to go to madrasa. I want to go to madrasa and I'll leave school. So my mother did her part of making sure that I'm making the right decision and not afterwards regretting. Because later on you want to cry and you blame it on your parents, say it was all your fault, you forced me to get married, etc. But I like I said earlier, Allah had His own reasons why He put me in that situation. And then I did face a lot of challenges though. The fact that being young, and the fact that my co-wife was my mother's best friend, and afterwards and I got married, and then things just went sideways, and then also the fact that I was also facing unfairness and the things that I would want to change. So it's sitting down and having that finishing my education, and then also making myself that guilt that I kept in myself with that things were not going well. For example, one of them being emotionally abused, and then the things that he kept inside that I wish that I spoke about much earlier on, and I believe that I would have gone too far and just solved everything out. But Allah has His way out of doing things. So I just made sabr, but at some point the sabr also just worn off, and at the time I decided I have to do something about it, because otherwise I was gonna go in a situation where I'm going to, although there were times there will be minor depression, etc., because I just keeping things to myself and not talking about it. But alhamdulillah, I did make up for some of them, things that I would have fixed back then. So one of the things that I started was just to believe in myself, and that you can be in a community where you can teach whatever the little knowledge that you have. You can give it to other people, and other people also will find your story as inspirational one. And and there's so much more that I wish I could have changed, but alhamdulillah, a little bit has gotten better. So a little bit, and hope for more change, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, everything does happen for a reason, and according to the way Allah has planned it out for us. Because we can plan, but Allah is the best of planners. Sister Aisha, please stay on the line. We are going to take a quick break, but we will continue after.
Okay, inshallah.
As we look forward to our summer days, there are thousands of refugees in Afghanistan and Lebanon who will not survive their winter. Africa. You can change that by sponsoring an AMA Winter Rescue Kit for 3,500 rands. Contact Africa Muslims Agency now on 011 834 8685 or donate online at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
What makes Randery Jewelers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewellery? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewellery needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewelers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewelers to make it special. www.randeryjewelers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Enduran Boys College ke sekolo sa boarding and day se se ikemego se agilwe meleng wa lephefo wa N1 Polokwane. Re tlhotlheletsa thuto ye tlhwatlhwa ya monagano le maikutlo lefelong la maleba la go akaretsa botlhe. Re buša re latela melago ya NCS CAPS curriculum, ra ba ra neela ka madulo a bašimane ba mphato wa botshelela go fitlha ka marematlou. Ebile re na le didirišwa tša boarding tša mphato wa botshelela go ba go fitlha ka marematlou. Maikemišetšo a Enduran College ke go fana ka thuto ya boleng jwa maemo a godimo bjo bo tlhotlheletšago botho. Enduran College ke legae la bobedi la polokego le totego. E ngwadišitšwe le lefapha la thuto e le go Umalusi. Tsebo ka botlalo e hwetša nomorong ya 078 452 6264 078 452 6264. Re hwetša gape go Facebook le Instagram goba o re romele email go polokwane@endurancolleges.co.za.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media coming to you live from South Africa.
You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk with Maryam Mkwanda. If you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 0617660355. Alternatively, if you have any questions for our guest, Aisha Mogomotsi, you can call us on 01088023996, and she is sharing her journey to Islam with us. Aisha, shukran for staying on the line. There are many sisters who are similar to your situation, or some even worse than the situation that you were faced in, being young and in a polygamous marriage. So what advice would you give to sisters in a similar situation?
Advice I would give out to all the sisters out there is in a polygamous marriage, or whether or not in a polygamous marriage, it's a big challenge, especially in polygamy, because then you're in a situation where the wives are everyone is vying for the husband, and everyone wants to be the apple of the eye, and everyone wants to be the best. And then at the end of the day, as a man, he obviously he cannot love everyone equally. That he cannot do. No matter what you do, he will have one who's the favorite or the one who's the beloved. But you can just have at least some distractions where find a hobby and use it in the right way. Use your hobby or your things that you like to do that will distract you out of thinking that, you know what, I have to be the best or I have to be the what. Yes, do his khidmat, serve him, respect each other, and just stay out of trouble, especially those very negative, because you always have those people who get other people get involved, friends being involved, people who destroy your family or the entire family because of, especially when it comes to rumors, especially coming to things where people say negative things, and especially things with judges based on what they heard from the people in the street, which they did not hear it in the horse's mouth. So I believe that if you have that fear, the things that you being afraid of doing, especially if you're married to a husband who is very strict, you don't allow, like in my instance, you're not being allowed to go out not allowed to have fun, not allowed to have friends, just have to be in a house. And somebody is very strictly deemed. But I believe you can still break the rules, but if you do it in the right way. For example, the first rule that I broke was, first I told myself, you know what, I'm going to find a distraction because I'm resigning from this thing of competing and who dresses the person, who wants to be this and that. And in that way, I killed all that negativity that was in my heart, although I did not care. So I will encourage your sisters out there. Do it with my respect one another, stay out of trouble, negativity, and do not have too many friends with those who are bad influence you. But you know, if you got nothing, you must leave, take your bags and leave. You leave and then what happens to you? Because then you're not gonna come and help you, they're not gonna support you, especially when there's children involved. So, and also another most thing that I wanted to point out is, ladies, please, whatever at what cost, finish your education, or if not, continue and have some skills, because at least when you leave, you know you have some skills to make yourself and stand up on your feet and do something. Because there are many women out there who are so afraid to leave, who are scared, who don't have anyone to talk to, because they're being judged and what. And if you have someone not reliable to talk to, because nowadays you talk to someone and then they just throw it on your face and they laugh at you and they become a gossip person. People talk about you and laugh at you instead of helping you. So have lesser friends. The circle must be quite small. We only have specific people that you can trust, that you can talk to. And then join, at least volunteer in something. Keep yourself busy, actually. Then in that way, you're not going to worry about the drama happening in the house, because there's always drama. She did this, she said this, why did you do, and what does what that? So work on your skills, especially like if you did not finish your schooling, find empowerment programs to join or something, just finish your education so that when you leave, at least you have skills, then you can start up your own business, start up your own something, that you know when anything happens, you know you have something, you don't have to rely on the husband or rely on anyone, that you can just start up something. So that's my advice to all the ladies. Something that I wish I would have done, learned from my own mistakes, my own shortcomings. So I too myself working on to getting skills, and I've been trying to get some things done, trying to start up my own business or something. So inshallah, I'm just getting there. But as soon as things get right, I would like to go back to the local community, especially particularly the local rivers, where I can teach them the skills that I learned, and probably open my own madrasa where we teach, because some they wish they want someone who be able to communicate in our mother tongue, in our dialect, preferably Swana or Sotho or Zulu, etc. So yeah, inshallah, that's my goals and intentions.
I mean, may Allah make it possible for you. And quickly, let us. Obviously, earlier on, you mentioned that there weren't many challenges that you faced, and you stayed in a community where people were understanding. But what are some of the frequently asked questions that you get when you speak to people or meet people who see you as a Muslim, as a Black Muslim, even?
Well, basically, the funniest part is many people that think I'm Indian or I'm colored because I'm too extra light. So sometimes being in a church, especially last year, because due to bad things that happened, that I left from here for the whole year. So being the only Muslim in the church, we covered in the fathers. People, when you just stop, we start answering people in the mother tongue, either in Setswana or in Zulu. Oh, you thought it you Indian. Oh, you thought it's fine in the start. Sometimes you just start up the conversation just like that. So, alhamdulillah, I usually tell my students in madrasa that if to give dawah is not just to talk, dawah is everything. It's how you dress, how you talk, and especially your character, because some people encounter the bad experience with a Muslim person, and then because of that, they direct it to all the Muslims. So, Muslim people are not nice, they are not good, because they are rude and whatever. They just because of one base experience. So the first thing you have to do is how you approach people, how you talk to people. In that way, people also they'll enjoy because Nabi Sallam also many Jewish people, Christians, a lot of them accept Islam because of Nabi Sallam's character. So our character is important, how we approach people and how we dress. And questions are being asked. So is Islam nice? Is men they treat you nice? We have a men Muslim men are treating women nice. I did tell them, I did converse, I did tell them some they have questions, maybe they were wanting to ask and they just don't have someone, or maybe they want to ask people feel like they feel like they feel uncomfortable, so to say. So alhamdulillah, whenever, especially my days of traveling the taxi from Soweto going to Bertrand, I've met people, some even were regular people that you being traveling was, and they'll ask you questions about Islam and misconceptions, maybe it was education and things, but alhamdulillah it was fun though. And some of them even went to, I would like to accept Islam at one stage because I thought Islam was open women, or Islam is all about because you're covering your face because it's a rule or you have to, or because you're married. So I explained to them that niqab it doesn't mean because you have to be married, or as long as you cover your hair and you wear proper Islamic clothing, and you can still slay though, it's all in a right way. As long as you cover it and with compliance with Islam, alhamdulillah, then everything will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, we have a long way to go in educating our people about Islam and about being a Black Muslim because it's something which is still very foreign. But with us educating them and giving them dawah, they will have a different perspective and they will appreciate it more, knowing that they have an understanding and knowing that they don't have to change much about themselves when they do become Muslims, because that is currently one of the problems that people face right now. They think that we have adopted a religion or a culture that is foreign to us that we do not know of yet. It just comes down to education and dispelling some of the myths that are associated with Islam and Muslims. And like you said, your character, you need to have a humble character. When you are a Muslim, you have to carry yourself in such a way that when somebody sees you, that they want to know more about Islam. You are basically representing Islam. You are a walking ambassador for Islam. You don't need to carry a flag. You don't need to have a sign written on your head or somewhere to say that I'm a Muslim, but the fact that you carry yourself a certain way should tell people that you are a Muslim. Sister Aisha, Jazakallah so much for your time and for sharing that journey to Islam with us. And I hope that our listeners can take heed of the advice that you shared and inspiration as well, inshallah. May Allah make things easy for you and have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Barakallahu feekum. That was Sister Aisha Mogomotsi sharing her journey to Islam with us. Beautiful journey. If you've missed it, it is on Facebook. The link to the interview is on Facebook, and you can leave your comments there as well. Or you can send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 0617660355. If you would like to be featured on my journey to Islam, get in touch with me on Facebook. That's Maryam with the Y, Maryam Mkwanda on Facebook, and you will be featured on the show every Tuesdays at 11:30 a.m. Do stay with us. We will be right back.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
In South Africa, countless numbers of sick patients leave their homes at the crack of dawn to join long queues at clinics and public hospitals, many of them suffering pangs of hunger in addition to the symptoms of disease. The Al Imdad Foundation's Slice for Life teams deliver sandwiches to these patients at more than 40 hospitals and clinics across the country. Help us to keep on relieving hunger. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
It is the end of season sale at Minty's Fabrics this week, with specials at incredibly low prices once again. Discover Minty's summer fabrics from 25 Rand per meter, ready-to-wear evening dresses starting from 1,500 Rand, and haute couture beaded fabrics from 399 per meter, making Minty's the only place to be this week. Follow our social pages for more information. Minty's, 542 Ridge Road, Durban. COVID protocols to be adhered to by all Minty's clients with necessary measures in place.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.